5, 4,
3, 2,
1.
And that's the prestige.
And I did it this time.
You do. That's very good.
What's funny is that my skin is so pallid, the other hand is almost...
It's only the texture that I can tell half the time.
Yeah, it's the right hand that's a glove, right?
The glove is what I wear on the inside.
Yeah.
I'm Paul Salt.
Oh my god, welcome to Gab Quest. My name's Sarah Keep.
My name is Paul Goodman.
Oh my god, my name is Jen Blundell.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. My name's Paul Goodman.
And that is Nell.
That is Nell. No one's a little sock puppet sidekick. I'm Paul Goodman and that is Nell.
Yes, that's right.
That almost went Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle-y. And that is Nell.
That's right. I'm Nell and I'm a sock.
Let's address the glove in the room.
Yes.
Yes.
Gloves never forget.
It's been very distracting here at OGT Towers. No, this
excuse
isn't OGT Towers. This is Quest Fantastic Villa. Quest Fantastic Villa.
Chalet
It's been very
Fantastique.
distracting. Chalet Fantastique has been a very distracting place. Because Sarah has a fucking Gengar and I'm wearing a single white glove. The Gengar is superb.
And they are related facts. Try and find out why, listeners.
Oh,
Terrible hand injury I sustained at the
Wanking off a Gengar.
wisps of Gengar. Wanking off Gengar. Yeah.
you're coming to us with a bold, exhausted energy of. We've just recorded 2 back-to-back episodes that were very no one knows
Intellectual.
yeah,
Aggressive.
Like,
Voldo's actually thinking, sorry, I'm eating chocolate.
Oh,
I'll go back to bed.
not,
stop.
this is not for Gab Quest, Jen.
Not for the beloved Patreons.
Okay, fine, I'll just shove it in.
Yeah.
So it involves just thinking and planning a little bit.
yeah.
Thinking about what we should do. And so
Yeah.
I've got a bit in my too
Well,
hard
suck
to
it.
down.
Suck it off the teeth, Jen. There we go.
I need to stop this. I have power here. Yeah, so it was 10 years ago, and I made you do a battle,
Yeah.
which I've never done before. And as you know,
Yeah.
you may have brought up on or off camera, you're alive in the present.
Yeah.
So it does have less stakes than you would hope for, but it's also important to see how brutal Kevin can be with his 2 knives.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think the whole
was scary.
emotional stakes of the fight came from just not wanting to kill Kevin, I think, for me anyway.
For you.
Although we were safe.
Yeah. As Jump.
So although we were safe, I was concerned about Kevin.
As Jump, I definitely wanted to murder Kevin. And as Paul, definitely wanted to murder Kevin.
That's okay. They align.
But the stakes were high because, I felt the stakes of the character. I didn't want Grumpo to die.
Oh, no.
Sure.
And I didn't want Kevin to kill me.
Look, I felt no stakes. I live in the future. I knew I was alive.
Nell lives
Yeah,
in the future.
it was Nell that brought up the fact that she felt no pressure.
Imagine if I died. I was like, oh, fuck, all right.
Just slit your own throat.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
I was all for us actually doing that. I think we really should have tried to just test Sarah as much as possible.
I feel
And then
like
we all dropped into the fire and we definitely died and our bones rose to the surface.
look, episode 20 was Daryl, Prince of Root. We're not that far off the 20 episode reset point.
Wow. Yeah, true.
I feel like there's going to be some bullshit if we keep pushing it, and we will just be. Maybe Sarah's not above losting it,
Sarah's favourite show.
despite
I know for a fact Sarah used to stay up and pull all-nighters to watch that show.
I'm a lostie.
This is a fact. I think it's inaccurate to say that it's still my favorite show. But when I was a late teen, early 20, I did like Lost quite a lot, specifically the character Desmond.
Oh my God,
So
I
like-
love Desmond. I was a massive Lost fan too.
You had listening parties,
Like,
watching parties.
We had watching parties.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So did I.
We just listened, we closed our eyes and imagined it.
For all the listeners out
Did
there,
you-
that's similar to a listening party, but with your eyes.
Sarah, did you follow that through to the end, or had you already started to go off it before it reached its conclusion?
I followed it through to the end and didn't really like the end, but was there. I was there for it at least.
Okay.
Yep.
At least I were there.
Boy, was it disappointing.
Was it a case that, because I hear some people feel that like it went off a couple seasons beforehand, whereas other people say no, it was fine, but the ending was bad.
No, I'd say that they probably nailed the ending as much as they could, but I think the final 2 seasons involved a lot of time travel and separating a lot of characters away from each other, and so the dynamics were off and the storytelling was off. And then in like the final season, light spoilers, but I'm not actually going to spoil what, they just started killing some of the characters very brutally.
Right.
So like as you get towards the end, it was like, we're just going to
Spite.
blow one beloved character up with a bomb and then drown 2 more in the same 5-minute span. I was like, I don't like that.
Wow.
I didn't watch all 6 seasons for you to blow someone up with a bomb and then drown 2 characters.
Yeah.
Right.
That feels like I know the rumor is that they were like changing the show in response to fan theories.
Yeah.
It does actually sound like that.
Yeah.
They're like, well, here you go, fuck off.
I think it was actually George R. R. Martin who came out and said that you can't do that. It's frustrating when people guess the endings, but you've built up to a certain thing, so you can't really, go against that. And it's interesting because Lost came about at just around the right time for people to really start getting together on communities and start guessing the endings of these things, because it was obviously easier before. If you were making Star Wars in the 80s, some people have guessed the ending. Okay, great.
This is dangerously dangerously present to the next Gab Quest.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Nowadays, though, if one person with a big enough audience guesses your ending, well, everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess you just have to, you have to just have the conviction to say, well, I don't know,
Fuck it.
fuck off.
Yeah. You're right.
Surprises and everything.
Yeah, this is my story.
Surprises and everything.
I think you just have to be completely poker faced until the ending happens and then go, you guessed it.
That was it.
Someone guessed it.
Yeah.
Well done. You guessed
Someone's
it.
going to
Still the
guess
right
it.
ending.
You are like a bunch, you're maybe like a dozen writers and they are the rest of the world.
They are legion.
So
Yeah.
someone's probably going to guess your ending unless
Yeah.
it's so obscure and weird that it doesn't make sense.
Like the finale of Lost.
Like the finale of many things. Or things they've copped out of like actually giving you the answer to because they went, someone guessed that real quick.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Sherlock. Fuck right.
Well, that's a Russell T Davis to
No,
Stephen
it's
Moffat
not.
thing.
There you go.
Well, no, that's like Russell T Davis leaving and Stephen Moffat coming in.
Oh.
Right. No, Russell T Davis also did
No, it was
Sherlock.
just Stephen. It was Stephen Moffat and
Russell T Davis had nothing to do with Sherlock. It was all...
Did he never write any Sherlock?
Gatiss.
Gatiss. Yeah, it was
okay.
just those two.
Well, look, I'm still a bit salty about Doctor Who.
Oh, they changed. Right, that's right. So I was trying to think of like the ultimate. I was in the weeds. I was in the really bad Sherlock, like the last season.
Yeah.
But no, you mean the fake death thing? How they sort of basically.
Yeah, the
copped
last
out
season
because-
was nonsense. Yeah,
Jesus Christ, something to do with his sister.
yeah. The last season was trash, hot trash.
Nell, sorry, you were going to say something. Did I interrupt you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
No, no.
Oh, okay.
Was it that the
How do you-
fourth
how do you
season
f-
of Sherlock was hot trash?
It's okay.
Tell me how you feel about the finale of Lost, and then
Tell you how I feel about the finale of Lost. Yeah, it was meh.
Merriam McMelling, man.
It was pretty meh. I turned up to my friend's house with our little watching party, and he decked out his entire. So he used to. This is when we still lived with our parents because we were young. He lived at they had a big 2-story house, and he had the whole bottom floor somehow because he was the favorite child. They'd converted the whole bottom floor into his room. So we used to enter via their back gate. We'd go around to his bedroom. We never went upstairs because we didn't need to.
Wow.
And we got there, and he decked out his whole room like the Dharma Initiative. He'd put up things everywhere.
Amazing.
And we were all like, we'd turn up and we all gathered onto his big bed, and we were just lying there and we were watching it. And then at the end, we're like, well,
That was that.
that was a good 6 years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
nice knowing you.
That's the problem with
Yeah.
this whole mystery box style of storytelling is eventually people have got to see what's in the box, and it'll never be as satisfying as what
Yeah.
as the mystery was. That's why Lynch never wanted to give away
Yeah, who killed Laura
who
Palmer.
killed Laura Palmer.
Yeah.
Oh,
He never
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
that to get out, and the executives forced him to.
Mm.
And it's catharsis. Catharsis is the antithesis to good drama.
Yeah.
I want to get us back on track very
Yeah.
badly, but at the same time,
Yes.
I am on this mystery box train right now with the hit Paramount Plus show Yellow Jackets.
I want to
yeah.
watch that. Yeah.
It's really
good things.
good, and it's got big Lost Twin Peaks vibes to it.
Yeah.
But, like,
Ooh.
I have a big fear that it's gonna be a disappointment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
But I'm into it so far.
Savor that.
that's the important
I've
thing.
heard
is the
lots
journey.
of good things. I've done my list of things to watch. I want to watch it.
I just remember when Lost came out. I went, oh, this sounds interesting. Okay, cool, I'll stick with it. And I watched a couple of episodes and thought, yeah, this is really interesting. And then I realised that it wasn't just going to be a mini-series, 10 episodes, and then we'll find out, and that'll be the end of it. And as soon as I learned there were going to be multiple series, I just went, nah, you know what?
But they had a really uncanny way of like, you'd get
Pulling you in.
You'd get annoyed at the show because you weren't learning anything.
Yeah.
And they had a really uncanny way of knowing how far they'd push you before you were like, I'm not fucking watching the next episode. And then in that last episode where you'd had enough, you'd get something and you'd go, oh my God.
Yeah. I think I stepped away before that could happen, before I got addicted.
I do know people that had, like, I obviously could string it out a bit longer and then get excited because I know people who watched it and got fed up with how long, like their tempers sort of shortened and they just gave up in like season 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But it was obviously the right sort of level for me to be like, oh, you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Oh, you saucy little minx. I'll keep coming back. But yeah. So that's why we're great. And
Yeah. So you went to the Frozen Pine, the much teased, we teased at the end of the last episode, what would the inn be called?
And we lost our shit.
Yeah, and I completely forgot. I forgot. Oh, yeah, wow.
The Frozen Pine. Whoa.
Quick reaction. Everyone record a reaction. Frozen Pine. Sugoi desu ne.
Yeah, and then you talked to Mark. You caught up on Mark.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
We sped through that.
We had to.
We did.
Yeah, really sorry. I roped you all in without asking.
No, it's great. I think it's very in the spirit of the justice-loving friends. Never not be questioned.
Never not be questioned.
Well, I think that's the bitter truth of it.
And volunteering each other for things all the time.
Yeah.
I imagine actually that Margaret has volunteered various combinations of you lot for like child sitting multiple times. Oh, don't worry. Marek said it'll do the school run. Oh, don't worry. So I think she deserves this.
Oh, don't worry. Jump's got this. And Joan just goes, ooh.
I also like the idea that
Maybe
we
not.
don't know this either.
Yeah.
And we just turn up because Margaret's told us, she's told us something and then she just chucks the keys at you. She's like, have a great time. It's the kids' run.
Yeah.
You go to school. And we're like, oh, all right.
Yeah. Oh, okay, great.
Try not to catch anything off them. They're quite sick.
But no, it's also very much, I think it's very much a thing that Morik would do. I don't think it would, it's not selfish or thoughtless of Morik to do that.
I did feel bad in the episode.
Nell did.
But then it was afterwards. I was like, oh, fuck. I probably shouldn't have done that.
No, it was perfectly in character, I thought. And
I think so.
Yeah, Morik would just do it out of that like goodness in his heart. It was great. Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. For me, I just wondered, like, what simultaneous action needs to be occurring in this episode? Like, where, like, it felt like suddenly I wasn't sure if the court thing was the next thing, or if there was supposed to be something else.
Yes.
Oh, whether we were supposed to actually rob an office.
Well, robbing the office, yeah, but also
I'm not sure if this will be in the edit or not, or whether this will have been just like snipped. But you did propose robbing the office, and I felt terrible because I was like, that would be fun. It'd be both fun probably to listen to, fun for the players. Margaret has a ring of invisibility.
I do.
We all have so much stealth stuff. Yeah. We all have so much stealth stuff.
So much stuff.
But, and not going to give anything away for next episode, the trial. I don't have any actual evidence.
No hard evidence.
You would have found a list of potential witnesses, and that was probably it.
Yeah.
No, it was fine. I think it was just, we were all really excited to do the trial. Like, that was just going to be a really fun little structure, I think, for the D&D and for letting the characters be themselves. And the trial was going to be great. We just didn't know if that was what needed to happen immediately next, or if there needed to be other things.
Yeah, that's honestly, suggesting the heist was more just like by suggesting something, it would move the plot along and get us closer to a conclusion. Once we'd all stop going to the toilet. I think none of us
quite knew how to move it on. I think was the idea. We were in the
because
pub
we're just idiots, and we'll just sit there and talk in a pub until we're interrupted.
But if this were like a non-podcast campaign, the nature of D&Ds would suggest that and then Sarah would go, oh, right, okay, that's the next 4 sessions, I guess, fucking doing this heist. But
no. If this was a non-podcast thing where I didn't have to worry about having things prepped, also if this was a different game to D&D, if this was like Monster of the Week, I would have jumped at the idea of you doing a heist and let it happen, because I could have rolled with it so easy. But because it's a podcast and because it's D&D, I have a lot of things planned out, and I like to yes and a lot. I hate saying no, but sometimes
no, it's fair.
It made sense.
But you yes and within a wider no.
I think we're all a bit relieved.
Yeah, it's the limitations of making your home game into a podcast format.
Yeah,
means that occasionally you got to focus.
You do,
and that's been the only difficult thing, right, Sarah?
Yeah.
Right, Sarah?
Oh, yeah. And I disassociated again just for a brief second, because as we were talking, we've already recorded the next session, and I can tell you this. I didn't ask people to do as many rolls as I probably should have done. Give me a charisma check. Give me a persuasion check. Give me a persuasion check. I had it written down in my Google Doc to give me persuasion checks to persuade people. And I didn't. I forgot.
You did.
Stop. Don't worry, because I was rolling checks myself, and it was all good. I was rolling so many.
I rolled like 5 nat 20s in a row.
Never happened before, and it never will again. But
I think it's kind of fun to let it just sort of be in the rhythm of the storytelling and the sort of character.
We play D&D in a very...
in a non-D&D way.
In a very non-D&D way.
Play it in a fun way.
It's almost like we've conned you all into listening by calling this a D&D podcast.
If anything, I think we've shot ourselves in the foot by calling this a D&D podcast.
Maybe.
Yeah.
People always go, God, do you know what? I wasn't expecting this to be good. Okay.
Because it's D&D and I hate it. I hate it a lot.
Yeah.
Probably won't be D&D next season.
Yeah. It's time.
Yeah, but that's for next Gab Quest. I've jumped ahead.
The crazy night.
Yeah, everyone had a piss up.
Yeah,
we did.
That was unexpected. I think I started narrating that you were going to go get a nice night's sleep, and then suddenly changed.
Nah.
The Sarah that pours wine directly into Jen's mouth came out. And, it was back an alien.
I forgot about that.
I'm not surprised.
I'd forgotten about that. What was this?
Remember when we were all in person in
Matlock?
Matlock.
Yeah.
And you poured the wine into my mouth for me.
I think I've got photographic evidence.
I remember that.
You had my glass, because I had my arms around your shoulders. I was pimping it big style.
Yes, I remember that.
Wasn't that in the break during a game? Didn't we go and sit outside?
Yeah, we did.
I got photographic evidence. I got it.
Nell's got the files.
You held my glass for me, and you poured it into my mouth for me.
Wow.
It was
It's just challenging.
That was very much the spirit of the weekend.
Yeah.
It was good quality wine, too.
Oh, yeah. It was... all the grapes were in it.
Top notch.
Every grape. You think every grape is in there?
Every grape you can imagine, mate.
Shiraz.
It's in
Cabernet Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc.
We've been giving Goodman grape juice and we haven't told him it's not wine.
But look at him. He's legless, the twat. But yeah, we had a lovely old piss up.
Yeah.
We cut so much funny stuff, guys.
So hilarious.
Like, you wouldn't even believe that it had come out of our mouths, but you have to take my word for it. And then really, it was just going to the court hungover.
Yeah.
And, intimidating a few journalists if you're Maggie.
Yeah, if you set fire to the steps.
That's true.
And maybe I should have also asked for an intimidation. Oh, I did. You did give me an intimidation check.
I did, yeah. See if we could intimidate the court. Didn't work.
But I didn't ask for that.
Advantage, though, which I think is your fault.
Volunteered it.
I did.
Yeah, very important. It had a huge effect on the rest of the trial.
Well, it will have a huge effect on public opinion going forward, maybe through the lens of the people have beaten.
Oh no, J.K. Simmons is going to come out and unmask us.
Shit.
Get me pictures of Battlehammer!
It's such a fun, delicious premise, though, is the idea that Margaret has to go in and just piss everyone off.
Yeah.
That's our plan going in, to just completely be a terrible witness.
Yeah.
It's great.
I did. We'll talk more about how I actually pulled it off or not in the next episode. Yeah. But I did spend some time just Googling how to do contempt of court. It's really hard to find advice on like how to be a bad witness.
Nice. And I found a wonderful site
you didn't think it was
called 4chan.
You didn't think it was worth looking at how to avoid contempt of court?
I know I was.
I was
trying to be like, what disqualifies someone's testimony or whatever, and they're just like, oh, you've got to be. It's really hard to find information about what disqualifies a witness, unless it's like an expert witness. And I was like, well, this is all like specifically for like, well, if they don't have the qualifications. I'm like, no.
Could you put parenthesis in Google for acting, just to specify so you don't get put on any lists?
Put for acting.
That's how they get you.
For fun, little semicolon, close bracket.
I'm starting up a prank show. And I want my first prank to be contempt of court.
Well, in the courtroom, we met the Triton lawyer. Did anyone guess why they're a Triton and have jet black eyes?
Because they used they're a fallen
They're Scourge Asimar. They're a Scourge Asimar Triton.
Wait, did we have something to do with the sea at one point? No.
Is it related to a D&D thing, or is it a
god
culture?
of...
Because people refer to lawyers as...
Sharks.
There you go.
I like it.
Devils.
That's very good.
Yeah, that is good.
But also, the Triton lawyer has something that's been a long time coming if you are a listener to the very successful podcast Roll Plus Heart.
Yes.
Featuring the award-winning podcasters Sarah Keegan.
The award-winning... yeah. The phenomenal, the wickedly talented,
seductively good,
Sarah Coburn.
But whenever I run a game, I sneak the character name Ephemeral Jones into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
I
enjoyed that.
I thought it was familiar.
I thought that was still this explains why they're a Triton.
Oh no,
Ephemeral Jones.
But I know
That's from
Ephemeral
Blades
Jones.
in the Dark.
As you'll know if you keep listening to...
No.
Yes, that was your character,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
In Blades in the Dark.
no,
Ephemeral Jones, yeah.
no,
Yeah?
no.
No?
No?
Was
it Ephemeral something?
From?
Emerald. The Emerald, was that your Elias? The Emerald something?
The Emerald Void, and her name was something Lasso.
Oh yeah, because it was left.
Before
out.
Ted Lasso, it stood for Left at Silk Shore Orphanage. It wasn't because I lived on Ted Lasso.
Was there another character off
Well,
for recording that you were ephemeral something?
July Jones in
One of the fiascos?
in Fiasco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Ephemeral Jones is a recurring character on Roll Plus Heart.
Is that all?
But
I'm
it was
thinking?
from a
Okay.
one
might
shot
have
that we
come up.
did before we started recording Roll Plus Heart, right? And which one
It's
was
technically
it?
our
No?
Patreon episode.
That's it. Yes,
Kaiju
technically it
Girls,
is.
yeah.
You can actually listen to it on our Patreon.
Okay.
Also, in every episode of Roll Plus Heart, there is a bit where Sarah just yells as loud as she can, "One day I'm going to play a shark!" Really non sequitur up until now.
Jen leaves it in.
And then the judge, Ebony Wobblegong.
God, what a man.
A very me name.
Yeah, I like it a
Silly
lot.
name.
What a silly name.
Yeah, Wobblegong made me laugh. Mostly because it sounds like Wollongong, which is a place here. But
That's true. All the way from fucking Wollongong.
It was originally going to be King Peebles as the judge. I was going to have him distractedly reading wedding magazines. But then I thought ethically he probably shouldn't be the judge in this
No,
case.
but this fantasy court seems a little
Yeah.
sus anyway.
What do you think this is? What the fuck is the name of the Toad place?
Bollermeyer?
Bollermeyer.
Yes.
Oh. Well, look, what do you think this is? Bollermeyer? Socialist utopia? No. It's a monarchic dictatorship.
And then there's a jury of 12 people, and I wrote down all the races because I thought you might ask and you didn't. But I offer the information,
especially after you revealed one as a grung.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, oh, that'll be fun to get into that.
Yeah.
We just didn't. We didn't do that.
Yeah.
Do we have an Ask Pedro?
Pedro says?
That's what it's
Ask
called.
Pedro. Now we ask Pedro the
Yeah, we're
question.
gonna.
If you ask
hey
Pedro,
if
Pedro
you're
says-
listening, we're coming for you to ask
Pedro.
you a question.
How you doing?
How are you, Pedro? How are
How are you
things?
doing?
And if you can get back to us in 12 working days with how you are.
Yeah.
So Pedro
How's the romance?
Did Paul do?
Ask Pedro.
Did Paul do the Pedro Says theme?
I did it. You all talked over it.
Sorry, Paul. Can you do it again? And while we stay incredibly silent.
I also did one, so that's double.
You don't get to do one. Edit your one out.
I'm putting it at the start of every episode from now on.
Bullshit. Hate this.
This is
Fucking
in.
riot, Paul.
Scab. What a scab.
I'm not even going to respond to what Pedro said.
this one says, "Oh, Paul, say nothing if you're a loser." Oh.
Give you a stinky poo poo face.
It got you, yeah. Stinky poo poo.
Really got me in a tough spot there.
So Pedro did drop in a few 5 questions. A few of these are for me, so I'm going to ask one for someone else first.
Pedro.
I'm going to ask one for someone else first because it made me incredibly self-conscious.
Okay.
So to Sarah, it's about you because you love talking about yourself so much.
Gengar.
To Sarah and Gengar.
I slumped down in the chair thinking I was safe.
Never, from Pedro says.
Allow me to slump.
Let me slump on my stool.
To Sarah, how much have you changed the flashbacks according to the way the cast played the characters presently? I guess other than Kevin.
Not at all, I don't think. Because the flashbacks, the premises of the flashbacks don't rely on how your character, they just set up the scenario and then your characters can go hog wild.
Hog
Hogwarts.
They've only changed.
We got some gloves.
Glove.
End of answer. Let's move on to one of the 5 points.
I suppose a related question.
Yeah.
For real. Was Kevin in your plan right from the very, very start?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So actually,
of course.
that is an answer to Pedro's question.
No, but I wasn't sure if there was a Kevin-esque figure.
No,
I'm not sure if there was going to be a Kevin-like figure.
So there wasn't even a
not.
Gollum-esque,
Nope.
whatever that is.
No. Kevin was, I almost said Pedro, Kevin was a direct response to you inventing the Stephen law in like episode 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which is one of my favourite things to come out of this entire podcast. The Stephen-Kevin equation.
Yeah. Very good.
I still don't know if it's fully explained how he died.
What, Stephen?
No.
No.
We mentioned explosion in a sort of jocular way, but I don't think we have enough.
Well, I think we drew a line under exploded indescribably.
Oh,
Yeah, I think canonically it was something awful.
Yeah. And there wasn't enough of
And
that.
it was dramatic and there was maybe multiple stages to it. And I don't think any of us could pin it down ever even more than that if we tried.
And why would you need
I
to?
don't think we should.
It's the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. It's various other mysteries. It's Bill Murray whispering in Scarlett Johansson's ear.
Yeah, it should never be explained. It's whatever the audience wants it to be.
Oh,
Never.
I thought that Bill Murray whispered that he liked hentai.
No, that was me.
Yeah, he did.
Did.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Jim.
I really wish I found time to get to the hentai shop whilst I was here. And she smiles, and they know.
Well, I'm going to go and wee before we record the next one. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye,
We'll see you
everyone.
in 2 weeks. Hopefully it'll be less chaotic than this, but I can't promise you anything.
I wouldn't expect
Will
so.
we talk more about Lost? Will we? I think we will.
Depends if I'm wearing this glove or not.
Bye!
Bye.